Another important property of sound would be intensity. In the musical world, we measure intensity using terms, Italian terms like pianissimo, whisper quiet, forte, loud, fortissimo, really loud, right? In this world, we have triple P is pianissimo. We have forte, which is delineated by an F, just a straight F. The louder we get, the more Fs we put. This is very, very loud. This is fortissimo. Once again, in the world of tech, that's not really enough information for us. We need to talk about volume over here in this world. We can talk about volume. We could also talk about amplitude, which is the amount of energy or power that it takes to create that volume. But let's talk about volume first. Volume in the tech world, in the audio world of live sound or in the studio, is going to be, for this one, we're going to use the word decibel. And it's on any kind of a volume controlled machine, if you want to call it that, a mixer, you're going to see this, little d, or lowercase d, uppercase B. That's decibel. Invented by Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor. The decibel is an interesting area. 0 decibels, if you go to an anechoic chamber in a hearing doctor's office, you are at 0 dB. It's called the threshold of hearing. You'll be able to hear your blood rushing, your heartbeat, that sort of thing. So we're talking super quiet, right? Not quite a vacuum, but pretty close. 0 dB, the threshold of hearing. We can hear up to, humans can hear up to, it's debatable. 120 decibels or 130 decibels, depends on how thick your eardrum is and how much volume you can take. Okay, so we're talking about the threshold of pain here. So we're talking about 120 or 130 decibels is the threshold of pain. Some, humans hear it different than animals again, so it's a little bit different story as far as volume levels. But it's important, your hearing is important. So long-term hearing damage happens at 90 to 100 dB over a period of time if you're working on a construction site, if you're driving, maybe you're the subway operator and you're all day in BART as we are here, or some system that you're in, the subway system. It's loud. Over time, you'll lose some of that high point hearing because of that volume. Amplitude is the energy that it takes. How many amps does your amp put out? How many amps or how many volts? That also delineates the amount of decibels that are going to be able to be produced by the machinery or the gear that you bring to your gig. Again, intensity in the music world is delineated by Italian words like pianissimo, fortissimo, etc. We talked about that. In this world, that's not enough information, so we need to talk about scientific things, the decibel, algorithmic structures that are a little bit more of science of sound things. And that's really the difference between the two, is the science over here versus the just general amount of volume that the orchestra needs to come up with. That would be the difference between the volume. And when you're looking at an oscilloscope and you see a frequency happening in a wave, you'll know that pitch is going to be the length of the wave, while intensity is going to be the height of the wave. So that, in conclusion, intensity and volume are the same thing, but they are delineated different depending on the profession that you're going into.